Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-May 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So we are, oh my goodness gracious, all the way into May. Can you believe it? Oh, that's so funny. I actually got that card from for Taurus, and I put it back because I wasn't sure. Oh, I have ashes from my Sage that got on my card. Oh my goodness. So we have the first three cards are her pentacles. So maybe the money is going to start to flow. Interestingly, we're having the Jupiter retrograde. Oh, there's another money card. I love it. Show me the money, universe. That is so awesome. And yeah, so that's happening. The Jupiter, Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter goes retrograde on the 14th. I'm recording this on the 11th. And it goes retrograde in Capricorn, which for Sag is the second house of earned income. So I, may break rank with some other astrologers, I don't know, but I think this could be good for money. I just get like this sense of it, just based on everything we've been dealing with in a non-retrograde time. So if we're going back to the drawing board, we're starting to open up our society again, I think that it's going to increase money, not lessen it. And actually not stymie the growth. Actually, Jupiter retrograde can bring opportunities that we missed, and we missed them obviously in the last couple of months. So I'm looking at it that way, and I just think that it's a possibility for sure. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. The heart of the matter is the Nine of Pentacles. You can see because she's eating grapes, it's supposed to be, kind of that luxuriating with the Pentacles, which is about financial resources. This is a card of being independently, I don't know if I'd say wealthy, but financially solvent or self-supporting. And this may be, now this is the central theme, so this may be something that you are working towards. If you are, let's say, I gave this scenario yesterday, and because some people that happen to be college age have come home from college early, and that's kind of thrown everything a little bit haywire, because they might, I guess they're doing distance learning, but still, what is the dynamic like in that household when the parent did not expect that they would have their adult child coming home early and things like that. There might have been tension. There may have been controlling, the parents reverting back to their authoritarian selves that when children were younger. So these kinds of things have to be navigated. In some cases, you might be saying, I am so out of here, but I need to be financially independent. So you might be working towards it. Something may have occurred that has made you be financially independent. Or like, let's say you've gotten divorced recently, and now you're having to sink or swim on your own. So that might just be something. But with all these other cards here, I feel like the odds are in favor that you're going to have financial blessings of some sort. We have here in the past position the Page of Pentacles. And this is a card of maybe news of money. Sometimes this can be the student. Yeah, I said the student. I wasn't even thinking about this card, actually. But yes, the student who comes home, right? But even an adult, I mean, I'm talking about a more mature student, that could be like you going back to school in your 30s or 40s or whatever, and in order to become financially independent, you may say, you know, I need to have a degree in order to get that kind of, make that kind of money, what have you. Usually Sagittarians are a little bit more philosophical than that, though. They're not just hardcore, I gotta make this money. But if you are a single parent, for instance, you may be doing it for your children. It's not just about you. Page of Pentacles could be a small windfall that you receive. Not as much money, I think, as the Ace of Pentacles, but still something that you receive, and that may be enough to make you feel like you're independent, like you have more options in life. And also it could be even a job that you hear about, like you get contacted about something. The higher message is the Two of Pentacles. Now, obviously, when you see the two, there could be some kind of dilemma, choice, but sometimes it can be like a, like doing things at once. So you're working and you're going to school at the same time. You're going to school, but you're also taking care of a parent, and juggling finances sometimes. The Two of Pentacles can be a job offer overseas. Now, this is supposed to be the spiritual message position. So it's not, I'm not going to just read it as the interpretation. I would say that if there's something, if there is like literally some kind of job offer that you've received that requires you to travel far away, I mean, you know, to another country, another continent, the ultimate thing, we go back to that Nine of Pentacles. Like, what is the end game for you? What is it that you're looking for? Even if you're saying, I want to be financially independent, why? There has to be a reason. It's not just out of abject greed. So it's probably because you want to feel more autonomous. I mean, that's a big thing for Sagittarius, is feeling a sense of freedom, feeling like you have control over your own life, that nobody else is kind of interfering. That to you is your worst nightmare. Somebody interfering with your life. So having autonomy, having a sense of a say in things, and being able to expand. You know, Jupiter, our ruler, because I'm a Sag too, is about expansion. And by traveling long distances and seeing new sights, you can't help but grow. And you never know how that will help you professionally, because you meet these other people that you would never meet, that are far, far away. And it gives you this sense of vastness. And when you're trying to attract money, if that's something that's very important to you, which it seems like it would be, since 4 out of the 6 cards are Pentacles, then the more that you kind of open yourself up, the more you create this space for things, for good things to come in. Well, crosses use the 4 of Swords, and this is a card of, you know, rest, rejuvenation. So if you have been, you know, some of you may not have ever had a break, but if you have had that break, have you been, you know, getting more rest? I know personally, being a Sagittarius, when I was a kid, I had a very early bedtime, and I remember on The Simpsons, and they had like the Flanders, you know, the born-again Christian family next door, and they had their children went to bed at like 7 o'clock or something. You know, really strict, kind of spoofing that. Well, I had a very early bedtime, not 7 o'clock, but very early. So being a Sag, we tend to be so excited by life that was torture. Well, relatively speaking. And so that has always led me to kind of rebel. And sometimes even, at my age, I will say it's like 11:30 at night, and I'll say, I'm going to stay up until 1 o'clock, and I'm acting like and I still get a rush out of being able to do it and having the freedom, and then the next day you feel like crap. So maybe there's something you need to do for yourself that is in the form of self-care, and kind of like also turning away from outer stimulation. To me, the Four of Swords is almost like a minor arcana version of the Hermit card. Definitely getting your thoughts in order, getting your life. Number 4 is about order, and the swords are about thoughts. But it's also about, on the physical side too, about getting enough rest if you've been stressed, and so that you can, if you have a decision to make, that you can make the one that is going to honor you the best. What's coming in is the King of Swords, and this can be to me this can be like a decision too, because this could be a judge. So I was mentioning somebody who's gotten divorced, but if you still have not gotten to that point where the divorce is final and they're separating the money, that could be that it's coming in the near future. Definitely we're having a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on June 5th. So for some people, this change agent for Sagittarius is coming. You might experience it in May, and that could be some life-changing event. And perhaps there's a legal connection to it, but if you're the one that has to make that decision, you're going to make it from a detached point of view. You're not going to let emotions to get the best of you. I can't tell, that top set of cards to me doesn't seem like it's necessarily related to another person. It doesn't even seem like it's about your children, like worrying about other people's well-being in this particular choice that you're making. So perhaps this has to do with you studying, at a high level, getting a master's degree, for instance, really exercising your mind, because the King of Swords, this is connected to air. If there's somebody coming into your life who's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, could be a person like this, but this person is a mature version of it. So unlike, some of these people that are playing mind games or what have you. So that's good. But definitely you might be kind of stimulating your brain in some way with teaching, writing, and things like that. And the outcome is the Eight of Pentacles. And I found out that this is a good card for having money itself. I always saw it as the apprentice card, the card of like training for something. Doing, a great job, trying to do a really bang up job with something, or you're in an internship of some sort. So if you are training with somebody who is like, maybe you're in student teaching, especially if it's at the college level, in academia, there may be a master teacher and you're studying under them. But otherwise, I do think that this is a great month to attract money. I am looking forward to it. We're already in it. It's funny because I was a little bit behind with my astrology readings, and now I can't believe that it's almost mid-month. So I think I'm going to end it here. I hear some noises outside. I hope that you enjoyed this, Sag. If you'd like a personal reading, the link to my website, rainandmoonastrology.com, is below. Take care. Bye.